Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Kiger, and up here today, I thought I would start something, a new discussion, an ongoing discussion trend or videos, shall we say? And this is kind of like an introduction as to what it may be. Um, so I wanted to start with a discussion about physical versus digital media. Now, there's a lot to cover here. There's going to be lots of different conversations and uh, parts to cover. You know, we've got loads of things to cover. You've got streaming media, you've got all kinds of media, really. You've got movies and TV shows, things like DVDs and Blu rays. Gaming, of course, is the biggest one on the channel, as you know. You've got reading, like books, you've got music. And obviously, as we go on, we'll probably do each different videos on that. But I wanted to start off by saying that, you know, physical versus digital, there's always going to be pros and cons for each one, you know. Of course, when you think of physical media, obviously one of my favorite things about collecting physical media, be it DVDs or games, for example, is always the thrill of the hunt, so to say. Of course, you know, the last couple of years have been quite tough when it comes to hunting games and things. It's always had to. Luckily, we live in a very internet dominated society, so Amazon and eBay have been very kind to me recently. But you'll never, and I've said this before in the past, you'll never beat that thrill of, if you're a collector, of going out and going to shopping centers and shops and charity shops and sometimes car boot sales or flea markets for you guys in the US, garage sales, whatever. um you know, there's something about going out and going, I don't know what I'm going to get today, kind of thing. You know, I could go into town and pop into the usual shops and go, okay, you know, I could come home with maybe 5 or 6 things that I didn't have and have a bad day, or I could go in and come home with stuff that I just didn't expect to get, kind of thing, you know. And that's always been a huge part of being a collector for me, is that thrill of the hunt. Recently, it's been quite tame, and of course, I've not really had the funds to really go out and spend all of my money on things, and especially at the moment with holiday and stuff coming up, and my son's birthday coming up and Christmas coming up. I know it's crazy, Christmas is coming up, so you know, so that kind of thing has definitely stepped down for me. But like I said, I do appreciate those times, and I can sort of work around that. If I'm ever like, oh, I really fancy going out and doing a bit of a thrill of a hunt day, you know, I can go, okay, I can put some money up, or I can go, I'll do some trade-ins and see what we get, kind of thing. And you'll never beat that satisfaction of finding something in person. Of course, you know, having something as physical media, whether it's a game or movie or CD or vinyl, whatever it is that you know, floats your boat, kind of thing. You know, physical media will always, a physical version of something always has a place. You know what I mean? It's, you know, something to show off. Of course, you know, something to go, I've got something to show for it. Plus, you've also got value. You know, you can't resell a digital version of something. Sometimes you can, but 9 times out of 10, when you buy something, um, chances are maybe if the market's gone up, you know, because that's the thing with, especially with games at the moment, there's always going to be a market for gaming, of course. So you know, you just never know. There've been times where I've gone in and go, wow, I brought a game for £5 and it was worth 50, 60 quid. You know, you just, that's something that having a physical version of something. I know as a collector, the idea is not to resell something, but if you are a reseller, of course, you're always going to have that in your back pocket. But you know, like I said, recently I've sort of had to downsize some of my collection, so it is nice knowing that the stuff that I've got, I can get some money back for it. Whether or not I get the amount of money that I paid for it, or maybe I get more, maybe I get less. That's how the market works. And unfortunately for me at the moment, there's nothing other than really eBay or Facebook or those sort of things that I can't really do. You know, some people will buy things and they got like market stalls or you know, car boot sales and things like that, and they can charge whatever they want. Whereas things like on eBay and stuff, you know, you've got to be a bit careful with what you're charging. But like I said, recently, you know, when I think about how much stuff that I use physical to digital, like I said, I mean, just look at the stack of stuff I've got over here. I mean, it's crazy just how much I've got over here, and it's the idea of going, okay, how much of that, I know that a lot of that was brought in bundles, but again, it's the idea of how much of that am I going to keep, how much of that is going to be a waste, how much of it is going to possibly be some fun, that kind of thing, you know. And unfortunately, that is the problem with having physical media, is that sometimes you can buy too much and then go, okay, now I've got too much. Sometimes less is more for some people. If you've got a big house and plenty of money, then by all means, you know, stock up as much as you want. But if you're like me and you're running low on space, physical media can sometimes be a problem. And the thing is, when I think about digital in terms of how things are at the moment, especially in the last couple of years, we've not been able to go out, we've not been able to buy things, you know, cinemas, for example. And it's funny because me and my dad had a discussion about cinema not too long ago. And he said it's crazy just how many of these movies that come out and go straight to Amazon or straight to Disney, whether or not you've got to pay for them. You know, sometimes you get them on streaming services, other times you get them on as a digital purchase. And he said, how much money must these cinemas be losing? Well, quite a fair bit. Like I said, there is some great premise to going, okay, look, I want to watch a movie tonight. The new Star Wars has come out, for example. I don't want to go and spend £15 in the cinema, then have to pay extra for food and have people talking. And if I need to go toilet, I need to go toilet and I miss part of the movie. You know, honestly, the cinema for me, I don't rate the cinema anymore. I used to love it when I was younger, but at the moment, I think the cinema is not worth it. I've got a big, nice 50-inch 4K TV here, so if I can go, I can watch the new Star Wars movie at the click of a button, then, you know what I mean? Of course, I'd like the physical version, but sometimes you have to wait for that. But again, you know, and that's why we are very lucky that we have all of these streaming services and digital libraries and things like Steam and the PlayStation Store and Game Pass and so much stuff, and being able to go, I can watch a movie or a game or read a book on my phone or whatever at the touch of a button. You know, it is a great thing. You know, some people may not agree with it. Some people say that it's not the right idea, but honestly, I think it's great. You know, like I said, if I want to watch the new Star Wars movie in the comfort of my own bed, then I can do that for the same price of the movie ticket. And then not only do I not only that, but I get to keep it 9 times out of 10. You can keep it. You get subtitles. I know you may not get special features, but you know, I've got that directly to my TV. And honestly, I'm gonna start off by saying that I don't purchase digital movies very often. I maybe purchase 1 or 2. 9 times out of 10, I'd prefer to have a physical version of a movie if I like it, or I'll just wait for it to come to Amazon or Netflix or Disney. There's so many streaming services nowadays, so 9 times out of 10, if something's popular, it's probably going to come to one of the streaming services, and I've got tons of them, you know. So I feel like digital has become very popular, and I don't think digital is going to go away. And that's the thing, is I think digital media is become very popular. I mean, when we look at people go, I've got 5,000 games on my PC. Okay, where are they? They're on my account. Yeah, so, you know, whereas some people like to go, oh, I've got all of these PC games here. I know they're not PC games, but you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing. And there are before, I'm going to start off by saying, before I was team physical media all the way. Now it's 55% physical, 45% digital, and those are very close. You know, it's like that. I always will love collecting physical media. Like I said, you just can't beat having the original hardware, and you know, there are some pros to it, of course. And again, like I said, the one thing that probably doesn't happen that much, but if you have a digital library, and let's say your hard drive gets corrupted, or your account gets hacked, or you lose your account or something, then you've lost a lot of stuff. Now, like I said, there probably is a lot of backup and security and things you can do nowadays. I think a lot of companies and things have learned from the mistakes. Sony have learned from the mistakes. So, you know, I think more and more people are becoming a bit more trustworthy of these sort of things, and I think that's why Microsoft and, you know, a lot of these digital gaming companies nowadays are doing things like the Game Pass and stuff, because people like the idea of being able to pay a monthly fee or a yearly fee or whatever you pay for a library of games. You know, if I can pay $7.99 for Amazon Prime Video and get over 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever it is, movies and TV shows to watch, you know, instead of having to go out and purchase them each individually, I'm always going to know that there's something new for me to watch, and I'm always finding new stuff. And you know, again, you could say streaming services and Game Pass and, you know, digital services in their own way are kind of like a thrill of the hunt, because they've got so much stuff, you just never know what you're going to find, and they're always adding new stuff to it. Whereas with, you know, physical media shops and things, it's kind of like you'll go in and maybe they'll have it, maybe they won't. Again, some streaming services are like that, but it's a case of, if I go into CEX 1 week and go, okay, they've got some cool stuff, I'll get some cool stuff, and I'm going, okay, I'm going to come back in a couple of weeks' time, and they haven't restocked or anything, then, you know, that kind of thing can happen. But like I said, I mean, this is going to be like an ongoing discussion, and I want to know what, first of all, I want to know, are you team physical? Are you team digital? Are you in the middle? Like I said, I collect physical media for my PS4, but for my Xbox, that's why I got the Series S. I didn't bother with the Series X because I thought I can play, honestly, I play a lot of co-op games and online multiplayer games with my friend. So I don't have a lot of games that I need to have on Xbox, and the same with physical. I know the Xbox, obviously, when I compare the Xbox, if a new game comes out, if I'm going to play, which one do I want to get? Do I want to get the PS4 version or the Xbox Series version? Obviously, I'm going to want the Xbox Series version, because it's going to run better, it's going to play better, all of that good stuff. And obviously, if I've got a PS5, then obviously it'll be a different story. But like I said, the PS4 has a great library of physical games. So many great exclusives, but also so many great indie titles, Asian, English, worldwide titles, hard to find games. It's a great library, whereas Microsoft has, in my opinion, a better fan service. Their Game Pass, and they're sort of being more gamer friendly kind of thing. So they're offering people the idea of going, okay, you can play as many games as you want without having to leave your home, basically. Whereas, you know, but again, that could be another video in its own right, Xbox versus PS4, right? You know, Xbox versus Sony, but that could be its own video in its own right. But I wanted to do this sort of introduction, just to sort of show that this could be an ongoing series. I've still got plenty of other videos to go through. I mean, I'm going to start watching some of these movies on DVDs and things soon, so I can try and get some reviews done. I want to try and get back into doing videos, and to be fair, I have done a couple of videos over the last few days since I've been back. So yeah, I'm going to play Days Gone tonight. If you're wondering what I'm playing tonight, I'm about maybe a quarter, third of the way in the game now. I'm really enjoying it. I'll probably do a review on it when I beat the game. I know I'm quite late to the party, but it was free a couple months ago, so yeah. But like I said, I am in the middle. Maybe a little bit prefer physical to digital, but again, you know, and there are many factors to think about when you think of physical and digital. Not everything has a digital release. For example, Happy Days, for example, is not on any streaming service that I'm aware of. Maybe it's on like an American streaming service like ABC or whatever, NBC, whatever it is that it was originally on. I don't know, but they have some DVDs of it. So, you know, that was my only way to watch Happy Days for me, exactly. And the same thing with physical digitals. Not every game gets released as a physical. You know, when we think of all these indie titles and smaller titles, AA titles, if you want to be blunt about it, I guess. Not that they're bad games. Some of them are better than the AAA title games that come out. But, you know, when you think about Xbox, for example, there are a ton of great games that may not get a physical release, but if they do get a physical release, it's like limited run. Maybe not everyone's going to get a copy of them. Maybe they'll be too expensive for some people, you know. I don't have any limited run games. I'd love to have limited run games, but I don't really see the point in spending 50, 60 quid on a game that I can buy or play for free on the Game Pass, for example. You know, if I can just play the game and enjoy it and try it out, you know, that's fine with me. But obviously, as a physical collector, if I had the physical version of a physical version of a digital only game, you know, then obviously I'd be one of those people that can say that I've got a game that only had 5,000 copies, for example. And then I've got something that if I do need to in the future, I can sell it, I guess. So there are a lot of factors to talk about. But I thought I'd just do this sort of introduction. Physical versus digital. The war, the battle. There's a lot to discuss. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. Sorry I'm not moving around too much. My fucking back is in bits. I've twisted it or something last night. I don't know what I've done to it, but it hurts like hell. And my fucking fingers always feel weird. You get that weird feeling in your fingers where, I don't know if it's my wrist. I broke my wrist a long time ago, so I don't know if there's still potential damage there. And I don't know, maybe it's dry. I don't know. It's just weird. There's always some weird shit going on with me that comes and goes with me, you know. And of course, guys, comment below. Let me know what things should I talk about in this physical versus digital discussion in the future. Is there any particular things? We can go into in-depth reviews, in-depth discussions of gaming, movies, TV shows, streaming services, music, reading, audiobooks, all of these things. There's a ton of stuff to cover here. And also let me know if there's any particular thing you want to hear about. And do you prefer physical? Do you prefer digital? Which is better for you? Your pros and cons. And as always, guys, subscribe if you haven't already and join the family. There won't be any streams tonight or anything like that, but I will possibly do a stream Tuesday, Wednesday, more than likely be Wednesday with more Aliens Fireteam. Had fun with that one. Played Days Gone tonight, really enjoying that game. I just thought I'd play some more of that. I was in one of those moods where I was like, oh, do I want to play more? I do want to play more. But anyway, as always, guys, thanks for watching, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch at The Mad Kyger. eBay store is on my channel. If you want to check out what I've got for sale, I'll always be putting more stuff up for sale throughout the weeks. But like I said, I'll be doing the weekly Wednesday vlog. Come Wednesday, I will have Wednesday to myself, but then come Saturday, it's just going to be me and my son for a week. So if there aren't many videos, obviously it's because I've got him, so I don't want to leave him for too much time. And as always, guys, in the Wednesday vlog, I will update you with, got some plans coming out for the next couple of months and things. And I will be doing more videos up until then. But as always, guys, have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.